Do you listen to sad music when you're depressed, or do you listen to happy music?
Jason, the only way you can find yourself in the light is to find yourself in the dark first.
Right.
I listen to music that is very telling of my mood, yes.
I go to like sad country songs.
Yeah, I just listen to Taylor's music. She has something for everything.
That's fair. That's a good point. No matter what mood, you can find some Taylor music.
Yeah, and How the Eagles Broke My Heart.
No matter how bad I'm feeling, there's a country guy that's singing about it and feeling way worse than me. That gives me joy a lot of the times.
All right.
Taylor Swift sits comfortably in a leather chair inside Travis Kelce's recording studio, a big smile on her face as she leans toward the microphone. This is her first appearance on New Heights, the popular podcast co-hosted by Travis and his brother, Jason Kelce. "I've been waiting for this for a long time," Taylor says excitedly, her eyes sparkling as she looks over at Travis, who's grinning beside her. "I've been a fan of this podcast forever, but I never thought I'd actually be a guest. This is really cool." Travis chuckles, shaking his head. "Yeah, I didn't think I'd ever get Taylor Swift on my podcast either. Feels like I just scored a touchdown." Jason jumps in with a smirk. "I was wondering if Taylor would be up for answering some of our classic funny questions." Taylor raises an eyebrow playfully. "Oh, so it's a challenge now?" she teases, laughing. The conversation flows effortlessly, touching on Taylor's career, life experiences, and of course her time cheering for Travis from the stands. She talks about how stepping into the world of sports has been a new adventure for her. "When I started going to games, I realized there are so many similarities between concerts and football," Taylor shares enthusiastically. "Both are these emotional, electric experiences where thousands of people come together, united by a common passion." Travis nods, looking at her with admiration. "I like the way you see football," he says. "And I'm definitely learning a lot about music from you, too." Then, with his signature bluntness, Jason cuts straight to the point. "Hey, Trav, have you thought about getting down on one knee?" Travis bursts out laughing while Taylor, sitting beside him, just smiles. Softly but undeniably happy. He glances at Travis, as if waiting for his response. Travis shrugs, rubbing his chin as if deep in thought. "Dude, are you trying to trap me? Is this a sports podcast or a dating show?" The entire room erupts in laughter, but no one can deny the sweet chemistry between them. Jason, never one to let things go, leans in and grins. "Hey bro, if you need..." Jason grinned and leaned forward. "Hey bro, if you need a groomsman, my kids are always ready for the job." Taylor covered her mouth, laughing, while Travis just shook his head, though the pure joy in his eyes was undeniable. No definitive answer was given, but the moment only fueled fans' hopes that their big day might not be far away. The conversation remained lighthearted, filled with laughter, warmth, and fascinating stories from both Taylor and Travis. As the episode wrapped up, Taylor made sure to express her gratitude. "This is definitely one of my favorite podcast appearances," she said sincerely. "Thank you for such a great experience," Travis smirked. "So, does that mean you'll come back again?" Taylor beamed. "Absolutely," Jason clapped his hands. "You all heard that. Witnesses, see you next time." Andy Reid praises Taylor Swift for handling public scrutiny, Kansas City Chiefs. Head coach Andy Reid recently commended Taylor Swift for the way she has handled the intense public attention surrounding her relationship with Travis Kelce. Since making their romance public in September 2023, Swift and Kelce have been constantly in the spotlight. However, not all the attention has been positive, particularly from fans of Kelce's rivals. One of the latest examples occurred during the Super Bowl when Swift was shown on the Jumbotron and was met with loud boos from Eagles fans. Despite the scrutiny, Reid had nothing but praise for how the pop icon has navigated the situation. "She's a good girl. She handles that whole thing the right way." "That's a tough deal," Reid said in an interview with NBC's Mike Florio and Chris Sims. "But she does a great job of handling it. Kelce, I think, does a great job of handling it too." Reid also noted that Swift is just as much a part of the team's extended family as the other players' partners. "She's part of the team, just like the other girlfriends and wives," he added. "That's all part of the process." Despite some backlash from opposing fans, Swift's presence at Chiefs games has proven to be a major boost for both the team and the NFL as a whole. A recent report estimated that Swift has generated $992 million in media value for the league in under 2 years. Since she began dating Kelce, she has attended 22 games, bringing with her a massive wave of new fans. According to Ian Trombetta, the NFL's Senior Vice President for Social Influencer and Content Marketing, Swift's influence has significantly increased the league's engagement among younger female fans. Our social media consumption saw a spike among women aged 13 to 24, Trombetta stated. Most recently, Swift was spotted in the VIP suite at Caesars Superdome, continuing to support Kelce and the Chiefs as they chase another championship. Travis Kelce expected to return for the 2025 season, but retirement looms. Travis Kelce and the Kansas City Chiefs may have more time together, as the team anticipates the future Hall of Fame tight end will play next season. General Manager Brett Veach confirmed on Tuesday that the Chiefs are planning with Kelce in mind. "We're just operating as if he's here," Veach said at the NFL Scouting Combine. He had a good conversation with Coach Andy Reid at the end of the year, and his intention is to finish out his contract. "We're just focused on our off-season plan. He's here, and we're excited to have him back." If Kelce, 35, does indeed stay for the 2025 season, it could mark the final chapter of his illustrious career. His current contract, which runs through next season, includes an $11.5 million roster bonus due on March 15th, according to Over the Cap. NFL free agency officially begins on March 10th, when Kelce signed his 2-year deal last year, briefly making him the highest-paid tight end in the league. It was widely seen as the first indication that retirement might be on the horizon after the 2025 season. Kelce has already cemented his place among the greatest tight ends in NFL history. He currently ranks 3rd all-time in career receptions, 1,014, and receiving yards, 12,051, 5th all-time in career receiving touchdowns, 77, holds the NFL record for most postseason touchdowns by a duo, 17, with quarterback Patrick Mahomes. However, Kelce has also acknowledged the physical and mental toll of his extended playoff runs. 2 days after the Chiefs' blowout loss to the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 59, Kelce opened up on the New Heights podcast, which he co-hosts with his brother and former Eagles center Jason Kelce. He admitted that he has been contemplating retirement. Since 2018, Kelce has played in 21 playoff games, the equivalent of more than a full season's worth of extra games, an intense workload for a player at his position. "The process can be grueling," Kelce said. "It can weigh on you. It can make you better. And it can drive you crazy at the same time." As the offseason unfolds, all eyes will be on Kelce to see if 2025 truly marks the end of an era in Kansas City. Travis Kelce reflects on his future. It's a tough reality. As Travis Kelce nears the twilight of his career, the Kansas City Chiefs star tight end is taking time to reflect on his future in the NFL. Speaking candidly on the New Heights podcast, Kelce admitted that this past season challenged him in ways he hadn't experienced before. "Right now, it's one of those things that was kind of driving me crazy this year," Kelce said. As you get toward the back nine of your career, like Scott Van Pelt would say, you start to feel like you're not having the same success you once did. Man, that's a tough pill to swallow. Adding to the frustration was Kelce's performance. In Super Bowl 59, where he finished with just 4 receptions on 6 targets for 39 yards, a rare, underwhelming stat line for him. It was also the first time in his career that he went without a reception in the first half of a postseason game. To not be there in the biggest moments, knowing your team is counting on you, that's extremely hard, Kelce admitted. "It's just a tough reality. I think I'm going to take some time to figure it out. If I do come back, I owe it to my teammates to make sure it's a wholehearted decision. I'm not half-assing it. I need to be fully here for them." Kelce acknowledged that he still feels physically capable of playing, but the bigger question is whether he has the motivation to take on the demands of another season. "I think I could play," he said. "It's just a matter of whether or not I'm as motivated and if it's the best decision for me as a man, as a human, as a person, to take on all that responsibility." Super Bowl struggles and offensive line woes despite Kelce's historic postseason success, where he surpassed Hall of Famer Jerry Rice for the most career Super Bowl receptions. The Chiefs' offense struggled against the Eagles in Super Bowl 59, quarterback Patrick Mahomes never found his rhythm, largely due to Philadelphia's dominant defensive performance. The Eagles' four-man pass rush generated 16 pressures and sacked Mahomes 6 times, the most he has ever endured in a single game. Kansas City's offensive line, one of the team's biggest concerns heading into the matchup, proved to be its Achilles heel. Andy Reid's message to Kelce, too. Days after the Super Bowl, head coach Andy Reid held his standard exit interview with Kelce at the Chiefs' training facility. As he did with every player, Reid offered his veteran tight end some advice, a simple but important message as Kelce contemplates his next move. At this point, the ball is in Kelce's court, and the football world is waiting to see what he decides.